So I don't see any way of minimizing my disruption more than this. I'm waiting for the alternator to show up. It's supposed to show up today according to Napa on Airport Road. Once it does, I'll pull that wheel off, be able to get in from the wheel well at that tensioner. This is what we're looking at on the inside. This is prepped for the alternator. So I've pulled off the three 10 millimeter bracket bolts for the hood latch, and then it's just a matter of pulling these two out, these brackets here for these plastic shrouds here and here and up here. Those shrouds removed, it was a matter of just the radiator hose and the overfill tank. Overfill tank was one single 10 millimeter on the back of the fan, and then just a couple of squeeze clamps. I used a couple of funnels in there, taped and then folded inside out, so as to stop any drips. I've got a towel down there just in case. Load what was in the hose, essentially. But not a lot of guys can find themselves stranded on the side of the road, pull out their umbrella and their tool kit and get to work. So this is the plastic air filter assembly. Just a matter of a couple of nuts on the bottom. I did remove these T25 Torx and have a look at the air filter, which could use a change, but I'm out of cash. There's the air hose, and had to get myself a new jack. That's that blue guy. And then that bottle jack I had along with my little compression airbag. Once I get this wheel off, I'm curious because I don't have a long 3/8 braking bar, and I don't have the specialty flat 3/8 box end tool with which the idea is to slip in from the top and lift on that tensioner. But I think getting at it from the bottom between the jack and some sort of sleeved assembly onto a wrench using a piece of rigid conduit or something like this, right, with wrench or vice grips, either or, sitting in there at the proper angle. Because this is such a small little jack, I might be able to place it right up in there or on top of some blocking or something and push that tensioner just enough to get the belt off. But again, I'm waiting for the part to show up before I do anything with the wheel, because I've already run into just people not wanting me here. But yeah, there's my little screw bin, handy. What else? It's nice to have the umbrella to be able to store these things on the roof, right? Got my battery back up here. Battery's disconnected. That was the other thing in looking at the alternator and fiddling around here. I was sure to have the positive terminal disconnected as well. So I'm just gonna have a look now while I wait at, if you notice that red and black wire down there, that's going on to looks like going on to the air compressor. I won't know for sure until I get that wheel off, and I wanted to kind of leave it as it is until I have a look at the alternator and see whether that's some sort of lead that sticks out or whatever, but it doesn't look right. that exposed red wire down there. One more zoom. Yeah. It almost looks like caught in the belt or something. I haven't had air conditioning in some time, but that was sort of set aside because I try not run my vehicle anyway, and I have no lack of capability for going without. But I don't know whether that's just been rubbed or caught in there. Regardless, I'm gonna have a real good look before I void any return policy on that alternator once it shows up, if it shows up today. They already lied to me once. And see what the deal is with this. But that looks like it's been ripped out. I don't know whether that might be air conditioner clutch or something from the relay fuse box. I don't know. I won't know. The other thing I'm not sure of is whether this lug here is supposed to have continuity to the fuse box there, because I don't, after just tapping the lug. So I'll consult Gemini here and see whether that is the negative or grounding extension of the housing, or whether I have some sort of break in the cable between there. I know that the starter is in series with this, with the alternator on the charging circuit, which is sort of a weird assembly, but with the battery in the back, that may be an issue. We'll see. Could be a good thing or a bad thing. With the battery not charging, it may be shorting out or something down here on the air compressor. We'll see.